Alright, so I got uh, a commentary request that I decided to pick up on for a match in H League. So this is jmcgnh versus Snowdrop. I can't see Snowdrop's cards, which is a bit of a problem if we're going to help them with their play. But that's okay. We can still kind of have an idea of what they're doing with them, what they're buying, and all that. This board is interesting. You've got some powerful cards here. You've got Paddock, you've got Galley, you've got Encampment Plunder. There's Swindler on this board. I haven't seen that in a hot minute. It's been banned in most matches I've watched recently, so that's fun. There's Hermit here too. So you've got Trade here, you've got Hermit. Snowdrop opens Temple. They both open Temple. On a board with Goat and with other trashing such as Hermit, I'm not super into the Temple open. Like, yes, it's a 4 cost, but here you can open Pixie, you can open Swindler, you can open Hermit, you can open Warehouse even. It's probably better. Temple's the problem, of course, is that the VP isn't very useful at the moment, and you're really looking at trashing and thinning down ASAP. So they both open Temple Silver. Okay. I guess they're worried about Terminal's Glut if they're not taking Swindler, because Swindler's pretty good. I mean, Swindler almost is like anti-synergistic with Temple because you turn your opponent's coppers into curses and then they can trash them with Temple easier, which is weird. But so another silver from GMC and GH. Temple trashes a copper here probably. Yep. Startup takes a galley here. Doesn't trash a copper with their goat, just plays it and buys a silver. I think they're underestimating how good Pixie is here. Pixie's a really good card because when you hit the right boons, it's really nice. You can get Wisps in your deck, which is strong. You can get Silvers. Earth's Gift is pretty good here to help you discard from gaining up to 4. Pixie definitely has its moments where it's way much better. I think it's better than a copper and a silver in your deck is what you're comparing it to. Same thing from jmcgnh here. Not trashing with the goat. Buying another silver. Okay. I'm not sure about that. So training here seems like it's tempting to me. I think I would want to train. Well, maybe not. Training, there's no clear cantrip here that you're not going to keep around. Galley's Iteration. Pixie, you're going to trash it. Merchant Camp, I don't want a lot of those. Camp Mint, only 5 of them. None of them are like great targets. This could be a trade for JMCGNH if they're going to do the silver strat. I could see them trashing. No, it takes a bandit. Okay. So they're playing pure money on this board. Startup takes the second temple for the VP. Yeah, so there's more to do on this board. You've got trashing galore with Goat and Hermit and Trade and Temple if you want it. You've got draw here. Encampment, you've got Paddock. Galley is nice for that reliability's sake. Also, all those are your villages, including Merchant Camp. You've got attacks here and Swindler. You've got Madman if you want to deal with that on Hermit. You've got Training for payload. You've got Plunder for payload. You've got Paddocks for payload. There's so much to do here that I don't believe in the just buy silvers and then take a bandit and some stuff. So JMCGH takes a Paddock, which I like. Paddock's a good card here for sure. Are they going to avoid trashing the copper yet again? They are. I wonder why you do that here. Taking a galley? I think really thinning coppers is much more valuable than whatever price point you're hitting. Swindler. Okay, so you could trash a copper there for free and you didn't. Coppers are not good cards, so you don't want them in your deck. Snowdrop buys a gold on a bandit board, which is interesting because bandit just gives you golds for free. Basically, buying it seems like a waste of a buy. I'm being a bit harsh, but that's okay. It's things you need to evaluate with the board here. You're playing straight money, and bandit's just gonna funnel golds into your deck if you want golds. That's a faster way to get them. Okay, so bandit trashes a silver, needs a gold. Cool, 5 money here. Who did the galley? I'm assuming it was Snowdrop, but they missed it last time they played it, so it's somewhere up there. I believe your card showing things, Snowdrop, eventually once you see this, is in your settings. I think it's in here somewhere. Yeah, somewhere in there. Just useful for spectators in the future because it's nice. And Makes things a bit more interesting. Okay, so JMC and I'm going to call them JMC because it's going to be hard to say that all of 6 consonants every time. JMC buys a galley. Okay, so galley's your temple. Sure. Buys a merchant camp. Okay. So there's semblances of an engine here. Neither of them have gone for encampments yet, which is interesting considering both of them have golds at this point. And encampment's a very, very strong card here. I mean, it's always strong, basically. Alright, so goat in the state here. And then buy something, probably up at their paddock I take here now. Paddock's a pretty good card. You could also take in their galley. Take another gold if you're that worried about your encampments hitting. Yeah, okay, that's what you're doing. Ooh, all 3 terminals in one hand is not great. Alright, so Snowdrop finds their merchant camp. Okay. Their deck's coming together a bit more. Another temple. A lot of VP for Snowdrop here. Takes that huge points lead with the temple VP, which, you know what? Might not be that bad. Here as JMC, I think I'm playing Swindler. I might play Paddock. It's definitely not Temple, I'll tell you that much. Takes the Paddock. Takes the horses. Is friendly. This could be another galley. I like a galley here. Give some reliability. You can't do galley horses. That's something to keep in mind. But you can do galley other things. I'm still surprised nobody here has taken Pixie or Encampment yet. I guess you don't have plus buy. Like Merchant Camp over Encampment when you have golds in your deck? I don't know. Temple trashes silver for the VP. They're really clearly valuing the Temple VP here. And Temple's pretty slow. Compared to something like Plunder, which is, of course, just an action in a VP and 2 coins every time. Temple requires you to trash a card, and it's terminal, and doesn't give you any money. So playing Encampment Plunder here seems a lot more reasonable. Of course, there is no plus buy here, so really your gains here are Hermit and Paddock. So you're not really and Bandit, I guess. So you're not really looking at a lot of variety, but Hermit's nice because you can gain encampments and pixies off of it. You're gonna galley your bandit here? You gotta galley your bandit here for sure, yeah. Ooh, the goat or the gold? What do you lose? That is the question. Trashes the goat. I think I agree with that. I think you're thinned down enough that you don't have to worry about the goat. This could be a province here. JMC wants to go for the provinces earlier. I think they already have another one, yeah, so they could get up 2 and equal the VP from Temple that Snowdrop has. I do have a lot of money in deck, a lot of golds, which is pretty good. Yep, takes the province here, makes sense. Swindler's going to empty piles real fast if you start playing it. I think this is going to be the first Swindler play for JMC, though, considering they didn't play it last shuffle. Okay, Temple trashes Temple, Merchant Camp, another Temple. There's a lot of Temple VP going in here. My gosh. Okay, now there's an encampment from Snowdrop for the first time. Alright, another bandit play, trashes the silver. Swindler trashes Temple. You gotta give him a galley here because otherwise you're giving him 4 VP. It's an unfortunate hit. It's one of those games you wish you had potion in it. You've got to give them a Royal Galley here for free because 4 VP is just huge for their deck right now, yeah. You could take the Temple for 4 actually here too. Or take the Province. Yeah, okay. So they're probably going to take it anyways right now, the Temple. Snowdrop, I could see them doing it. Plays a Royal Galley. Royal Galley is the Paddock. Solid thing to... There you go. There's reveals the gold. Perfect. Galley is a Temple again. I don't know about that one. Takes the Province instead of the Temple. Alright. There's a 5 VP Temple sitting there. And the thing is with Temples that you can trash it again. So if you take the 5 VP and then you trash it, it's essentially 5 VP tokens instead of the extra card in your deck. So I think that's pretty good. But I could imagine Snowdrop's going to take it here as well. If not, Like it's almost on the point where it's exactly on the point where it's going to be worth a province now. So it's going to be better than province because you can actually trash it and get rid of it. Okay. Spends horse. What? What? Plays horses for no reason? If you have the horses, keep them around. There's no reason to play them. Use them for later. Not going to hurt your deck. You can trash them with Temple if you need. Playing horses for the sake of playing horses when you draw in your deck is not a good thing to do. Usually, there are certain boards where you want to because of, like, I don't know, wall or something, but it's far and few between. Treasure Copper, buy a Temple here for JMC is a good play. 7 VP is quite nice. You're gonna go to Copper here, yep. Take the Temple for 7 VP. Okay, we got a game all of a sudden. 2 provinces left. I think I do like the Bandit from JMC. I think that's a fine play on the deck that they're playing. Okay, more Paddock. Temple play again. Trashes an encampment. What? That wasn't worth 1 VP. You could have played on there probably. You probably had a gold in your deck somewhere. So the JMC here, you probably just... Okay, you can Royal Galley the Merchant Camp, sure. Play the horse, yeah. Alright, so not province hitting, but somewhat close. Probably a duchy here, in all honesty. Unless you want to go for broke and take another gold. That's probably your 2 options here. Takes the duchy, okay. Another, we got Merchant Camp set aside here, so we've got an 8 coin hand here for JMC coming up. So we'll see. Okay, spends the horses again, okay. So there's no reason to play your horses on this board if you've got your deck drawn. It's just wasting horses. They're a draw you can use for later. Takes the duchy. That's a good penultimate province rule. Snowdrop knows that. That's good. While you're playing your Temple, you have province in hand. You have the points lead. There's province in hand without the Temple play there. I mean, you can take the duchy, but the duchy and the VP is worth less than the province. That's 4 VP and province is 6. Duchy, yep. If you're in that situation, yeah. Okay, well, I'm not playing my Temple here as JMC. I'll tell you that much. Just Merchant Camp Bandit, because you want to top like the Merchant Camp for next turn, I assume. Okay, Dashi Dancing forever. Merchant Camp, don't play the Temple. Don't do it. The 1 VP is not that good. It's not that good. If you're not going to buy an estate, the VP is not going to be worth it. Okay, good. Bandit, trashes gold, huge. End turn, leave it there. That's fine. Just pass. Yeah. Okay, okay. So, not only is there a province in hand, you got a Swindler in hand here, so you can really do some damage on this turn. And I think as JMC you take it here. You've got enough of a points lead that you feel pretty safe with it. The problem that Snowdrop's running into is that there's no plus buy on this board. So really you're just duchying until you can't anymore. Like here if JMC takes a province, I don't think that Snowdrop has any gainers. They have the Temple VP points, which they just trashed 1 also. How many Temples are in the trash at this point? 3? And there's 1 in JMC's deck. So I think they have 1 left in their deck. I'm taking province here. Yeah, it's an unfortunate moment that Swindler hit 2 Temples. Okay, there's province in hand for your JMC. The win is in hand. Merchant Camp Paddock, that is game. is right there. 8 coins. Yep. Yep. 8 coins. That's all you need. Don't put the temple. Don't do it. Don't do it. Good. Cool. Alright. Cleaned up decently well. Yeah. I don't think that was... Oh, I just realized there's an extra buy. Yeah, the 7 VP temple was a good spot. I mean, Snowdrop had multiple times to take it earlier on, too, and they totally should have when it was worth 5 or 6 VP. Didn't realize I had the chat not auto-scroll. Alright, so 1-0 for JMC. Got game 2 going on here. They both have 21 turns. So, yes, JMC goes first this game. JMC ended it. So 1 on player 2 as well. Pretty good, pretty good. That's one of those kingdoms that I think you could definitely probably empty in about... Well, you'd have a bit of a points battle, right, with plunder. And yeah, Snowdrop's point about there being extra plus buy, yeah, that helps. But there also is gains in Hermit. Hermit, you could have gained all your encampments and gotten to plunder, no problem. And then not worried about it. And Hermit's also your trashing on top of that to make it speed up instead of Temple. And Plunder VP, again, like I said, is way faster than Temple VP. And it's way more consistent, and it's worth money. So, and encampments are great for your deck too, because who doesn't love a lost city in your deck? Okay, we got here Labyrinth, the second card, right? Yeah, okay. So, Ironworks and Skulk both are Labyrinth points, generators here. You've got Forager and Lookout for trashing, you've got Bat for trashing, you've got Displace, you've got Moneylender, plenty of trashing on this board. Villages, you got Farming Village, and that's about it. You've got Envoy for draw, and that is all. So, really a lot of thinning here. Forager, I like it on the 3. I think it's a good card to take. Skulk is an interesting take if you do this. The other option I think is probably Ironworks. You could maybe open Envoy. I'm not a fan. Moneylender maybe also. Oh, Estate... Oh, no, not when you have 3. On 2, I understand. On 2, I understand trashing the hovel for an Estate. But you're just turning one stop card into another. It doesn't do much for your deck at all. Whereas buying a Forager or a Lookout or even a Silver is way better than that because it's putting something useful in your deck that wasn't there before. There's nothing on this board that benefits from having an Estate in your deck rather than a hovel except for Displace. So if you have a 5-2, maybe that's fine, but even then, it's like yeah, on the 2 coins, if you're gonna do, it's better than nothing, right? But it's not much better. Okay, so Skulk, Estate open from Snowdrop, Moneylender, Forager from JMC. I like JMC's open a lot more, personally. I would take a Vampire here. I think you want a lot of stuff like this. Vampire is gonna be great for Bat. Gold. Yeah, not huge on that as of yet. But if you're going to go money stuff, Displace and gold is a good thing you can do. You can displace a gold in a province, and displace a province back into gold, blah, blah, blah. Turn 3, Snowdrop hits Displace, or just hits 6 money, takes Displace. You're going to probably forage the Overgrown Estate here, as JMC. Hope to hit 4. I think an Envoy at this point in JMC's deck could help. Plus buy here is Skulk and Forager. Yeah, okay. Okay, so they missed 4. That's okay, that happens. Take a Silver here, take a Forager, take another... You could try a Lookout. I think it's a bit too late for it at this point, but I wouldn't, like, hate it. Silver. Okay. Yeah, there's not... I don't know if it's a best thing to put there. Alright, Skulk, Hex. Copper on top for JMC. Greed's not that crazy. Ironworks, I like the Ironworks here. You want a lot of 4s, you want Farming Village, you want Envoys, especially those 2 cards. Those are huge. And then Skulks aren't bad payload by any means. JMC is like significantly ahead in trashing though. Like significantly, because they have a Forager and a Moneylender, and Snowdrop has none of that. Gold again. for JMC. I don't know. I guess it's reliable. Okay, exiles over Garden State into silver. Sure. Yeah. It's hard because I can't see their hands, but I got a general idea. Sure. Again, not a great draw for JMC here with both shelters and 3 coppers. It's not a great setup, but that's okay. They really should get a Vampire because Vampire is a great card here. Okay, well, it's okay. You discard a copper here, and you're still hitting whatever price point you want. You're not worried about that. You're still hitting 6 of this hand. Snowdrop is racking up on the Labyrinth points, which, again, Vampire can help you out with. I would recommend. Gold, again. They're just buying golds and then gonna buy provinces, aren't they? It's just too slow on this board. You want to use the kingdom more. There's an engine right here, Farming Village and Envoy. It's right here. It's gonna be better, usually. Like, that's how it works. This is a rough draw. Your moneylender and no coppers, that's unfortunate. Forage your hovel and cry. Buy a envoy, please. Buy an envoy. Oh, yep. Yeah, 1-0. This is what I see. I mean, I see a draw card and I see a village, and I go, okay, engine, and I see, okay, we got plus buy here, and there's some trashing. There's a fair amount. There's a lot of trashing. So you can. This is a clear engine board to me. Envoy is a very solid draw card, because it draws it's +4. I mean, yeah, you get to discard your one card, but if your deck is thin enough, it doesn't matter. And you can, I mean, you're gonna have one card that you never draw, right? Because there's no cantrips here. I guess you can Ironwork Return a State, but that sounds awful. So really, you're just looking at one card, not going to draw every shuffle. But Envoy is still such a good card here. All right, so we got Province. Oh yes, right, Fawning Moneylender. So you will get Labyrinth points from that. It's something, I suppose. 8-4 Labyrinth points for Snowdrop. But JMT here is 2 provinces. Trash is a moneylender. Honestly, that's great for them. They've got a forager probably out of it. I'd take a forager here. And they've got 5 money here. It's definitely time for a Displace for JMC. If you're not going to go with Vampire, go with Displace. Who took the Envoy? JMC did. Okay. I missed that. Good. You gotta take the Forager here. Look how it's too dangerous. Forager, you can just control that you won't trash anything bad if you don't want to. 5 money for Snowdrop. Neither player's taken Vampire yet. A lot of the play screams like a general knowledge of how the game works, but not enough knowledge of which cards are good and which cards are bad. Just knowing that Vampire is a very strong card usually because it gains 5s and it's non-terminal and it hexes, and then it gives you a bat which trashes. And trashing is really freaking good. It's generally a knowledge point, which is just one of those things you get from experience. Okay, Displace for JMC, excellent. I don't know what you have down there as JMC, but you could moneylend this copper instead and just not play the Envoy. Because I might just be picking up actions. Sells an Acropolis into a silver. I think you probably have actions down there you want to play. And this guarantees province. Perfect, yeah, I think I agree with that take. Another moneylender is whatever. Okay, another... You could probably forge a moneylender here, in all honesty. Or maybe forge an Acropolis. Well, I don't hate the Acropolis in your deck if you don't have any villages. Province. Again, 4 provinces left. And JMC is up by 6 VP. Doesn't play any of their cards. That doesn't seem right. I would forage a moneylender here, at least, even if you don't want 4 money. Okay, that's fine. Forage the curse, moneylender, you're good. 4 money. You're still getting 1 money from the forager, so you're not going to hit province this turn. Still fine. Envoy. Okay, okay. Forge the curse, moneyland the copper, buy something useful. Probably going to be a gold though, knowing JMC here. I can see it happening. Who took a vampire this late? Someone took a vampire and I missed that. I don't know who took a vampire. I don't see it. Well, someone will play it eventually, I suppose. Farming village. Silver. Interesting. Yeah, here's the ironworks. So Snowdrop. Oh, an estate. I guess I really wanted to draw a card here. Displace exiles the estate into probably a 4 cost or something good. Yeah, a village, sure. Duchy. Okay, okay. It'd be a bit more. I mean, you still got time to take provinces here. Another village. So JMC can displace gold into province here if they want. I think I do that personally. The other option, I guess, is displace province into gold and buy a 5, which they're probably going to be doing, or displace province into 5 and buy a 5, whatever they want. Yeah, again, the envoy play doesn't really work out. Okay. Yeah, too many moneylenders. You gotta charge a moneylender here. You're out of coppers. Or you're almost out of coppers. Like, there's a lot of them. So many moneylenders. Okay, there's the vampire for Snowdrop. Diluted. Can't buy actions this turn. I guess they're buying another gold. Takes a duchy. Okay. Another duchy. Okay, yes, they're going to be duchy, yeah. Yeah, JMC is holding onto these moneylenders too much. They should be trashing them. They don't need that many. They don't have that many coppers in deck. They're not just good. They're not good just because of their actions. Maybe they don't recognize how many they have in deck. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, there's 8 of them in play, and 1 of them's been trashed. So there's 7 moneylenders in the decks combined, and there's only 6 coppers. So yeah, there's more moneylenders than coppers in decks currently. And that number just increased. So, yeah. Not a great draw for JMC here. You wanted to see your envoy, ideally, or your displace. Yeah, I really like the ironworks from Snowdrop. I think that's a good play here. I think he'll probably want 2 of them on this board, in all honesty. Just because the village draw combo is so nice. And then you can trash easy, and then if you want to use payload as Skulk, you can do that kind of thing. Skulk and Displace are a nice little pair here. You can displace a gold into province, then you can buy a Skulk and gain the gold back, and there you go, there's your payload. That's all you need. You know what? At least none of them have bought Mystic this game. I appreciate that. Mystic sucks. Thank you for not buying Mystic. Especially on this board where it's basically a slog, and you have so many cards in deck that it's almost impossible to guess what you have on top. Poverty is not really huge of a deal on that hand. Oh, we're going to get down to 2 provinces, 2 duchies, 2 estates. Classic. Okay, that takes the vampire back. This is probably going to be another duchy buy for JMC, who is now down in VP. Interesting. You could trash a silver here as JMC with your forager. Yeah. Gotta discard the gold here. You can't imagine Snowdrop has that many coppers in hand. Yeah. 1 copper. Oh, they do have that many coppers in hand. Never mind. Takes the province here. Yeah, it's looking pretty over. Yeah, and you're not even just gonna discard a gold, take a duchy here, and be sad. Nope, just take the province and okay. Moneylenders emptied. That's a rare one. It is 1-1. Yeah, it was an interesting one. I think both of them should have gone for the engine a bit more trashing. There was definitely things to do there. Alright, game 3. Just gotta wait for them to ready up. It's always interesting seeing these like lower level players and seeing what they do and seeing what their thoughts are on things, because they usually do find things that are a bit interesting. And like theory, they just, it's one of those things that if you just, it's the exposure to the high level play that makes you know which cards are good and which aren't. But yes, JMC is first. Yes. Um, it's one of those things that if you're watching high level play and you're in the Discord and you're talking about things, you get a general sense of what cards are good and which cards are bad and what you're trying to aim for and how to play certain cards, and that comes a long way. So what I'm seeing here is I think both these players, especially JMC a bit more than Snowdrop. Snowdrop has some theory, I think. Um, both these players are relatively self-taught, I think, in terms of what they do about Dominion. They've got their own strategies they do. Like, we've seen JMC take golds really early um, in both games so far. And I think that's probably a symptom of them noticing that taking golds early against certain opponents is really good. And there are definitely games where taking golds early is quite important, but there are definitely a lot of games where there's other faster things to do. I don't know, just a thought. We'll see. I'm curious about their backgrounds. Both of them have played a few league seasons, it seems like. All right. Necropolis Way of the Pig Classic opens Farmer's Market. Okay, so here's the deal. Farmer's Market is a okay open sometimes, but it's slow as hell. Quartermaster. That was a nice draw from Snowdrop. So what's on this board here? We got Capital City, and we got Werewolf and Magnate for draw. Amulet's trashing, so Amulet's going to be huge here. You want Amulet. Oh yeah, Necropolis is also in action for you. Carpenter, I mean, like, what are you gaining with it? Really, right? Like, I guess you're, okay. You can take 2 amulets, and I guess if you're going to use Farmer's Market as your payload here, it's okay. It's just, it's not what you want off the bat. On the bat, you want to get deck control, and there is deck control to be had here. You can trash with bat. You can trash with amulet. You can trash with those 2 things are basically good enough. Carpenter will turn into a remodel eventually, which is probably more useful in the sport, because you're going to end up doing quartermaster gains and stuff. Estate to Hovel again, with 3 money again. Like, it's just not, it's not nearly as effective as Snowdrop thinks it is. It's literally just keeping your deck size the same. You're just adding 1 VP. And at this point in the game, you don't want to bother with VP, really. It's not... VP isn't that good early game. It slows your deck down. And that's not what you want. You want to be able to increase your deck speed, because this game works exponentially, and the more big VP at the end, especially in this colony game, like, you're not going to have to worry about that. Alright, so GMC takes an amulet. Good. I like the amulet. They opened Carpenter Silver. Okay, I don't hate it. Snowdrop takes another silver. As JMC here, I'm playing Farmer's Market, and I'm buying probably a Vampire. I don't love Quartermaster on this board. Again, same thing with Carpenter. Like, what are you gaining here with it? You can try to go for an estate piled out thing by just putting him under Quartermaster mat. I don't think it's that good. But, you could try it. It might work with in this scenario, but there's a lot to do here. A lot of good cards. I think I want a Vampire here because I want to be gaining capital cities and werewolves and stuff. Gaining 5s is good, and then trashing with bat is also good. Alright, Snowdrop plays their Quartermaster. Gets that in play. Buys another silver. Alright. JMC's got a Carpenter in hand here and a 4 money. What are they going to do? I don't know. Okay, they just pigged the Carpenter. Pigged the Necropolis. They found their amulet. That's good. You want to trash with it for sure. Oh, okay. Okay, his 5. That's also fine. Werewolf. Interesting. So I've seen a clear bias towards hexes and VP from both these players, and money. Payload, hexes, and VP. And all of those things have their time and place, but before you do any of those, you want to get deck control first. Because even hexes and VP are also a different form of payload. Right? They're going to be better. Oh, Capital City is hasty. Oh, that's even better. I didn't notice that. Yeah, that's so much better, because it's going to give you the extra play this turn, and you can do stuff with it, and that's great. Okay, Amulet's off Quartermaster, so you want it to hand. That's fine. Farmer's Market's at 3. So they're going to hit... this is Platinum? No, they're going to take another Capital City. And Silver. If you got this many actions, just take the Farmer's Market, man. I don't know. Like, if you're going to do this Capital City stuff, Farmer's Market's better than Silver here. For the most part. Because you're going to end up getting the plus buy off of it, and a lot of money for some of them, and you're going to trash it for VP eventually, and yeah, I think Farmer's Market's better if you're going to do it. Silver. They love silvers in this board, man. Okay, I would discard 2 here to draw for sure. There's so much money on this board. Silvers can't be the right way to go. I mean, unless you're doing... You could be doing Magnate stuff, I suppose. You're just packing your deck full of treasures. That might be okay. You've got a draw here. Okay. It's a fine draw. These guys are really scared of Vampire. I really do want Vampires. It's the second game in a row where I really wanted them. I mean, it's not often that I see a game where I don't want Vampire. Okay, okay. Draws with a Werewolf, yeah. Cool. Play a Farmer's Market here. We're setting up the VP trash, but honestly that's fine early game because the VP isn't nearly as useful as the Farmer's Market itself and getting the money off of it here. Vagrant Platinum, I don't hate here. You could also do like, oh, we're doing Colony that early. Okay. Especially without Hovel in hand, yeah, I don't know about that one. It's a really early Colony. You're hitting the 4 money off the Farmer's Market, which you're not going to see for a long while, so you can't reliably get that much money in hand. But what you gonna do? Okay, so they take the Farmer's Market trash. They take a buy a gold. Okay. So I would just set something else aside here, not buy with the silver, and let the Hovel buy a Vagrant. I think that probably feels better. You could also try to hit 5 here if you wanted to take the silver to hand and aim it for coin, but I think trashing the Hovel is more useful than hitting 5 right now. Gains an estate. Oh, okay, okay, that's cute. That's cute. I respect it. That's a cute little interaction there. Sure, pig your Necropolis. You gotta play your amulet here to trash a copper. Coppers are not good cards in your deck. It's the number 1 rule. Not the number 1 rule, it's the number 3 rule. The first rule is no curses are bad, the second rule is estates are bad, and the third rule is that coppers are bad. And the fourth rule is that silvers are sometimes bad. And I think on this board silvers are decently bad. There's a lot of payload here that's not silver. So many silvers. Alright, 6 money again for Snowdrop. Gains a Farmer's Market with the Quartermaster. They have a Farmer's Market and 2 amulets set aside here. That's kind of crazy. They've got a silver and estate set aside here. I think I'm definitely trashing my Overgrown with my amulet before I do anything. So I can calculate what I need to do. Takes the coin. No, you've got to trash your Overgrown. The plus card is going to be better than the plus coin most of the time. Never mind the actual trashing of the card itself, too. Amulet is a trasher. The payload is a secondary effect, so it's not as bad once you've trashed all your cards. Like, that is something to remember about Amulet. It is first and foremost a trasher. Like, you don't want to just be using it for plus coin. Like, it can help you if you need to hit those price points. Sure, take the coin, whatever. But you really want to trash down with it first before you do anything else. All those capital cities. I do like the werewolf now. If you're going to play draw, you need draw cards. Snowdrop does not have any draw cards at the moment. So yeah, I like the werewolf in JMC's deck. If you're going to go with, you need to have some draw. Okay, I'm taking probably the silver here, honestly, as JMC to hand. Just because you're worried about actions. Nope, just taking another silver to your mat. Getting things in your deck is better than getting things on your mat, right? Like, if you're gonna value silvers in your deck, getting one to your hand and getting it in your deck is much better than just having another one knocked and ready, because you're gonna see it in your deck for longer, right? If it's VP related, like if silver's playing in like a keep board, I understand it, because you don't want those in your deck maybe, but on this board where there's no reason to get a silver other than for the payload, absolutely just put it in your hand and if you stick to your guns on that one, because it will be worth more. 8 money here. Is this another draw card? Or is this another hasty capital city? Let's look at plus buy here. Farmers Market, capital. Yeah, so they got farmers markets going. I'm assuming that's their play. Instead of capital, because they will have them, and capital is a dangerous card. I'm wondering if it's a bit of a rite of passage in Dominion to drown yourself in capitals, and I wonder if either of these players have experienced that quite yet. Just be in so much debt that you can't get out because you can't buy coppers to get out of debt, kind of thing, or you have to buy coppers to get out of debt, and it's awful for your deck, and you just end up losing because of course you do. You're buying coppers to get out of debt. I wonder if that's ever happened. Cap City, Cap City, Cap City. You want to use those to sift. I mean, you got yeah, okay. You had Colony in hand. All right. I can't blame you that much, I guess. Okay, please, Amulet for trashing here. We've only got 3 cards in the trash, and 2 of them are hovels that were bought with that were gained off of states, and 1 is a farmer's market. All of your starting cards are still in your decks. Like I'm including the estate here because honestly, hovel and estate are basically interchangeable. At least JMC's estate is on his quarters master mat, so at least it's not in your deck. So that's a point for JMC. Literally, piles here not looking too dangerous yet. 4 estates, 4 farmers markets. Not much else. Gains of farmers market. You're just gaining things. You got to gain things to hand. Are they not understanding how Quartermaster works? The gain card, take card thing. I wonder if that's the problem. Amulet for coin again. Oh, if you buy a I guess you're buying gold here, but still. It's capital city, yeah. You just gotta trash. You have an amulet in play. Okay, at least this turn, trash your overgrown estate. Do it. It's so important. The old tale is trashing a card is the equivalent of adding a lab to your deck. And adding a lab is pretty damn good. Okay, good. Now play your Cap City, and then you got Werewolf draw. Like, there's a deck shaping up here for JMC, for sure. They're thinking. They just have the capitals. Like, what else are they doing? They just gotta play it, right? Oh, they're doing the quartermaster think. Oh, they should have done the quartermaster thing first. Put that in hand so you could discard things if you wanted. This is a good looking hand for JMC right now. It's getting there. Okay, what did you dig with your? Okay, you put the farmer's market in hand with quartermaster. Okay, good. Are you taking another farmer's market here with carpenter? I could see that. Only having one werewolf feels like a mistake, but at least you have one, whereas opposed to Snowdrop has 0. You want to play your werewolf first. Play your werewolf first. Draw first. Get more information first. Before you... nope. Wrong order to play things in. You always want to draw before you play your payload cards, because drawing will give you more information. So if you drew, for instance, another capital city or whatever it might be, you could play that before playing your farmer's market, because if you drew that with your vampire or your werewolf there, you would have drawn a dead, and that wouldn't have been good. It would have been a waste of a card. So always draw first, as long as you want to draw, and then play your payload actions when you're done. That's the rule of thumb here. What do they have in Quartermaster, Matt? 3 estates, 2 amulets, and a farmer's market. And a partridge in a pear tree. Interesting. I think... gains another estate. And 4th estate. Okay, fine. So yeah, Snowdrop is aware of the Quartermaster estate thing. 7 money here. Oh, finally takes a werewolf. Okay. And a vagrant. Okay. I'm taking this silver to hand here as, we're not taking the farmer's market for sure. It's better. I'm going to pick the necropolis here. Take the farmer's market, and then you're guaranteed at least platinum, which I think is pretty good. Or, a 4 and a 5 if you want that too. That also is good. But 9 money, nonetheless. I don't know what you have down there, but I know you've already seen your werewolf and you've already seen your carpenter. So you're probably not too worried about... Okay. Takes the silver instead of the farmer's market. Also 9 money. It's fine. It's not as... Maybe if you're worried about actions, but there's no actions down there that were worth worrying about. Like, if you enter another terminal, I could see you not wanting to do farmer's market. But, okay, estates are 1 left. Snowdrop is getting things scarily close with their quartermasters. I mean, they've only got... There's not really a 3rd pile that's, like, being threatened to pile quite yet. But considering they're behind in VP, I would be a bit scared in their case. Takes a province. Okay, so you are that worried. Oh, we got 5 provinces left. I'm just going into that now. People have been buying provinces. Interesting. Take the farmer's market. Do it. You've got actions here. And it's worth 2 money still, but... Take the silver again. Okay. Sure. Okay, so... You definitely want to discard here and probably draw on. You've got actions to do. You're going to draw another copper for sure if you're worried about hitting province. At a minimum, you're going to hit another copper. You're probably going to hit something better than honesty. I would draw here for sure. You want to see those high price points. You want to see a farmer's market. You want to see a werewolf. You want to see your platinum. Absolutely. Perfect. So you're sitting on 12 money right now. So you can at least play the capital city, because if you see a farmer's market, you're going to get that plus buy. Okay. I might actually discard these 2 cards here, the silver and the copper, just because you're going to hit colony no matter what, right? You're sitting at... Yeah, if you discard those 2 and you draw absolutely nothing, you're still sitting at 12 money for the colony. So at least might as well get through your deck a bit further, if anything. Best case scenario, you see a farmer's market or a werewolf or a carpenter or something you can actually use productively on this turn, besides just buying a colony, which you've already got guaranteed. Perfect. Nice. Okay, so you didn't draw anything. That's okay. That was still the right play. 41 VP. Alright, so now you're at the point where you've got the amulet and the farmer's market potentially colliding here. So I think you take... On the estates, you're going to get gained here by Snowdrop. So, yeah. Okay, so farmer's market is played. So farmer's market's going to be worth 3 now. So you're going to guaranteed 7 if you do that. I don't think I love that. I'd rather just trash a copper here, I think, and maybe gain a... You can gain a farmer's market again, or gain a vagrant maybe, or maybe a silver if you really want. I don't hate silver now. Like, you're a bit terminal strapped, but okay, takes the farmer's market, goes for the 7 money. I'm assuming you're going to play it if you're taking it. Yes, okay. This could also be like 7 for Vagrant and a 5. Maybe Vagrant Cap City wouldn't be too bad. I would support that. Make sure you have a decent turn next turn. I like that for sure. Cap City Vagrant. Alright. Free Vagrant's always worth it, yeah. Unless you're worried about piles going. But you're also ahead in points, so I feel pretty good about that. Farmers markets do cost 4 now. Or not cost 4, they'll give you 4. So that is worth something to be noted about. Like, it's going to be good for Snowdrop if they can take it here. Oh, they just gain a silver. Interesting. Okay. Plays the Cap City, discards, draws. Yep. Pigs and Acropolis. Makes sense. Buys gold. Yeah, sounds about right. Play your Cap City first. You want to give you more information first before you take anything. Okay, fair enough. We're not quite on a pile out yet, but we're getting there. I'm discarding. Yeah, good. Keep the Necropolis in hand so you can pick it. I like it. I like it. Play the Werewolf first. Yep. We do have a pile empty now, so if you do find anything useful, such as your platinum, you can carpenter it into a colony, if you'd like. Which I think is pretty good. 4 plus 7 is 11, so you actually are guaranteed a colony this turn. Ooh, you can mill a colony if you want as well. Vagrant actually drew, which is rare, but you did it. Congrats. I guess you'll pig the Necropolis here. Hope you draw a card to Carpenter, and then you can play your Farmer's Market and take another colony, and you got a pretty good points lead at that point. What do they have in Quartermaster right now? Farmer's Market Estate. Okay, yeah. Carpenter's first. Interesting. What are you trashing here? I don't like it here. I think you've got the colony in hand. You can mill a colony. That's the other. I'm not sure you're doing that, but that's what I'm doing here. If you've got to play a Carpenter right now, mill the colony. Ideally, I'm playing Necropolis as a pig first, seeing what I'm drawing, and then probably Carpentering that into something. Or unless I'm drawing like a capital city or whatever, I'll play that first, and then from there. I wonder if there's a bit of a trashes copper into what, Vagrant? Probably. You gotta be Vagrant, yeah. Yeah, so you're missing out on. Maybe you know that there's not, like, no matter what card you draw down here, you're gonna hit 11. Yeah, okay. I mean, it was a risky play, but you were fine. You get more Vagrants are coming in. Okay. So this is 1000% of Farmer's Market to hand here from Quartermaster on JMCs. Okay. Puts a card in their hand. I guess that was the Farmer's Market. They have 12 estates set aside. My gosh. How did that happen? How do they have 12 estates? Have I seen that? What? There's only 8 estates in the supply. How do you have 12 estates on Quartermaster? Well, that's just a glitch. It says there's 8 cards. That's a glitch. That's funny. There should be 5. That's odd. I've never seen that before. Okay, so take the Farmer's Market VP and buys a colony, and now they're 4 points ahead. Still take the Farmer's Market here. So you hit province. Absolutely. Silver. Just take the Farmer's Market. You got to calculate what price points you want to hit before you do things like that. Cap City. Okay. Yeah, sure. Probably the second best thing to buy there after Province. Actually might have been better, I'm not sure. But at least now you need the Farmer's Market to hand. Because you've got a Province in hand already, if not more. So, looking pretty good here at hitting Colony too. And I think you're probably safe to take another Colony if you're ahead in VP. I don't think these decks are doing that much more. Especially with the Farmer's Market VP currently at 0. Again, one of those boards where people just haven't taken enough draw yet. Like Werewolf's just sitting there. Magnate's just sitting there. Cards that absolutely you rather want in your deck because you want to draw more cards. Okay, yeah, 15 money. This is probably Province and Cap City for Snowdrop, I would imagine. Duchy, okay, sure. Farmer's Market to hand. Farmer's Market to hand. Do it. You've got the guaranteed colony if you do that. Is the Carpenter down there? I don't know how long ago they played that last. Probably it is. Where did they see last year Carpenter? I don't know. Okay. I might discard the copper and the silver here and just go for broke on making sure you see Carpenter if you have it down there. I'm not sure you are going to see it, but you might. Okay, so not Farmer's Market in hand, but you did play the capital city first. So again, you could have gotten 3 more. That could have been 1 more money because you could have played your 2 Farmer's Markets and then had 2 money and 3 money and the plus buy to go along with it. Okay, definitely discard the coppers here. Take the draw, 1000%. Okay. Sure. Play the Cap City, yeah. Always want to draw first before you know what's going on. They still do have Colony, but I don't think you're taking Colony if you can't pile on this set right now. Oh, don't play your Farmer's Market first. Play your Capsule City first. Play your draw card first. Okay. So you've got 13. Oh, you just had that. Okay, sure. That also works. So you didn't have the Carpenter down there. Oh no, don't want to pick that. You're triggering a really bad shuffle. 3 capital cities are missing it. And you're platinum. And you're not gonna, yeah, no. Don't want to trigger, the shuffle is not nearly as good as the cards in here. You want to keep those cards in the shuffle for sure. Would have played the Amulet normally. Takes the Colony. It's a risk. You've got a silver set aside here. Farmer's Market. Okay. It's scary. It's a bold move. We'll see if Snowdrop has it here. Nine. Ooh, close. Alright, let's take the Farmer's Market to hand here, yeah. Play your Vagrants. Oh, not a great draw there. Ooh, okay, so you got Province in hand at least. You're at least going to be ahead in VP. But it's not looking good. Yeah, that was a really awful shuffle to trigger for JMC there. All their good cards except for the Carpenter were in that. I think I might have had a Cap City down here, but Okay, so still not looking like um, a win here for JMC. No colonies. So we'll see what Snowdrop can do. All you need is 11. They're platinum. They did see last time. They've only got 2 platinums, 1 each. So you're not going to see that. That's 4 money. That's VP. Okay. 9 again. You could have Cap City discarded for two money here and 1. That was there. Discard for money and don't draw, and that's it. Ooh, Trash is a capital city. That's one of the few good cards left. Yeah, that sucks. Carpenter? Probably. Farmers? Okay. Okay. I mean, I guess you're close enough to the end anyways. 1 province left. Oh, can you... Oh, I got 5 EP. Oh. You can't quite... Well, you can Necropolis. I guess gain a silver with a Quartermaster. Pig or Necropolis. Hope you draw something. I guess, do you have your werewolf down there? I don't know. It's, I don't know. 1 province left, and there's 5 AP difference, so if JMC had province here, that would be the game-losing mistake for Snowdrop. They did not need that province. Oh! Oh! No! No! Why would you pig your farmer's market instead of your necropolis? You had it. That was the gold. It was there. Oh. Okay, well, if they draw 1 more money here, they also win. Oh, they got it. Wow. Wow. Crazy close. Holy crap. 73. That's a score for you. Don't see that one every day. All right, 2-1 for JMC. Yeah, I call it a nail biter for sure. One of those games that classically, you don't have much trashing going on for your own faults, and then you have decks that are really unpredictable because you have too many cards, and Quartermaster's gaining you things, and way too many silvers, and all that fun stuff, and not enough draw either. That's the number one thing I'd recommend to both players going forward. Is just practice getting deck control. Just realize that is your number one goal on most boards off the bat. It's just draw your deck, and then get payload, and then balance it. Not every board's like that. You're going to have slogs. You're going to have boards where your deck's full of curses and you can't trash them. But when you have the ingredients, when you have, trashers, villages, draw, and payload, just do it, and it will make a world of difference. Being able to play an engine, it's a huge benefit to your game when you can do that. So yeah, as long as you have those 4 elements, you're good to go. If you don't have one of them, you got to play around it a bit. Okay, when you don't have a village, you got to choose 1 terminal to play. So usually it's not a smithy; it's usually a payload terminal, and you thin, and you kind of same thing with no draw. No draw and no thinning are pretty similar in the sense that you've just got to play with as much stuff as possible that you can play. And then no gainers is you just make sure you can consistently get a single of the highest VP card, probably province, sometimes colony, sometimes like fairgrounds or something like that. And then you just keep your deck consistent and you play around it, and that's what you do. And those are the games that suck. The no gain games are the worst ones. But if you have all four things, just thin down, get deck control, add villages, add draw, until you're drawing your deck consistently, and then you are good to go. Got game 4 coming up here. What's the... Oh, some couple of minutes. No worries. Okay. We'll see what they say. If they stop here, I probably won't end up commentating the last 3 games, but if they keep playing, I'll keep commentating. Why not? Give this a quick wait. Yeah. I think a couple of minutes means only a couple of minutes and that they're good to play again. I'm imagining. Just gotta grab a snack, go to the washroom, take a break, you know. Check the, there you go. Yep. Cool, cool. Alright. We'll see if we get, yep, next game. Check my... when you have too many close games, it will do that. Okay. Don't know when that's happening. Okay, well, we'll see that later, whatever. Alright. Game 4, we got here. Bridge. And we have Festival First Mate. So, yes, plenty of opportunities to play said bridges, get a good mega turn off. Sycophant, your lies with cave dwellers. Okay, yeah, that's one's fine. Another Way of the Pig game. Okay, so you got First Mate draw, you got Smithy draw. I think First Mate Festival is a great combo. First Mate Festival Bridge is what I'm going towards here, I guess. Although you are lacking in trashing on this game. So maybe not. That would be the ideal. I guess there is First Mate Sycophant as well. Probably not as strong. But it is okay. Landing Party... I don't know. Like, you could play a Landing Party, like, Spices deck. That's the thing you can do. Do you want to play with bridges? Maybe? Landing Party... Yeah. When you got First Mate Festival things going on, I'm not super enthused about it. Yeah. Although you got no trashing here, so maybe it is Landing Party stuff. They both open Landing Party. JMC gets a silver. We're seeing what Snowdrop gets right now. Silver. Landing Party silver on both of them. I don't hate it. I think Smithy silver's better on the open because you're getting one more card to draw and the extra actions aren't going to help you from Landing Party right away. I guess it does have the benefit of the 2 turns after you play it, it does top deck, which is kind of nice, assuming you're not playing other action. But, Okay, Smithy for JMC now, which is kind of like an anti-synergy with Landing Party for a second because you're going to have these turns where you don't have Landing Parties on top. Spices from Snowdrop. Okay. You can play the Spices deck here for sure. It might be Landing Party, Smithy, Bridge, Spices. I can see that being somewhat decent. Just gotta play Landing Party here, right? You've got 2 coppers down there. So you're looking at a 5 money hand if you play Landing Party. Take one of the 5s that are good. Festival, First Mate, Spices, one of the 3. Treasury. Maybe Treasury's fine. I don't know. I'm not enthused about it, but I don't think I'd hate it. Cartographer is the one where I'm like, I guess because there's no trashing on this board, Cartographer isn't that bad. Okay. So just treasure hand for Snowdrop. Tops extra landing party. Cool. Same thing with JMC here. They're going to have treasures only. So they're going to top extra landing party. We'll see when the first time someone picks up a bridges, which is definitely the strongest card on this board, as most boards of the bridge are. And the landing party for JMC. Okay. Again, don't hate it. It's not bad for your deck. Snowdrop gets the combo. 8 money. It's pretty good. That's the other thing too, is that Spices is plus buy. So if you're not doing festival bridge stuff, which I guess you're not. Festival silver? Nah. You don't want more silvers. Now this, again, so much payload on this board. You got bridge, you got spices, you got festival, you got treasury. So much payload that you just don't want to bother with silvers on this board. Not past the first one, at least. Alright, so at least you can like discard your deck here, except for the landing party, and then buy a good card, and then yeah. Cool. I think we're taking a festival here, or probably a spices for JMC. Honestly, you need plus buy, and you don't have to worry about actions that way. I'll take the festival, okay. Don't hate it. It's plus buy, one way or another. Yeah, I'm really tempted to play first mate stuff on this board. I think it'd be fun to play it. I don't know how practical it actually is. Like, 'cause you can do cave dweller stuff, but that's Sycophant, and Sycophant's not very good as a liaison. For reliability's sake, like, if you're playing Underling here, I could see that being decent. Cave dwellers into actions only, and then first mate a bunch of stuff, and then draw back up again. I could see that being good. But, oh, another nice cartographer from JMC here. I'm discarding it all. I think they're probably going to keep this little silver on top. I can see it happening. Yep. Yep. Okay, what's this? Spices? Treasury? Landing party. Are you taking a 2 cost? Lighthouse. No. No, 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 no. This board has no attacks. You don't want Lighthouse here. Unless you're playing the first mate stuff, because first mate Lighthouse is kind of a thing, but compared to first mate Festival, it's not going to work. Yeah, no, Lighthouse is just not a good card for your deck here. It's a copper that gives you an extra money. Like, it's not very good at all. You have no attacks to defend against here. Okay, so they missed their smithy this time, and they got their festival, so a Sycophant, okay. Okay, so the play order here is Cartographer first. We'll see if they know that. Buys a gold. I just don't like it. The payload here is so much better than treasures. Okay, Cartographer first. Or Lighthouse first if you want, I guess. Okay, no, you want to play Cartographer first, because that way you discard all the bad cards and you draw into the good cards with landing party. Will you do that with Smithy at least? Okay, good. So you're going to discard these, you're going to draw into your festival. That's good. At least they do have a general sense that coppers in the States are bad. They just haven't been as good about trashing them. I mean, there's no trashing of this board, but just in general. I like landing party Smithy here. You could start doing bridge stuff now. You know? Hint, hint. Might be pretty good. Bridge is a really good card. I don't hate these decks. They're not bad. Okay, good, cool. Yeah, the Sycophant is interesting. I think you just got to use your favors here. You want to see your Smithy, you want to see your Festival, you want to see your Cartographer. Maybe the Cartographer was good after all. Who knows? Maybe it was. Okay, cool. You're seeing everything again. Although all your landing parties are getting in play, but you're going to have them all top decked eventually, and life is going to be good. Like, they've got 5. I guess Snowdrop has 2. So much. The landing. I like the land upboarding deck. You're committing to it, and I like that. That's good. You could. I think at this point you just take money. You could just take spices, and it would be fine. Like, I guess if you're playing the landing party deck, you probably don't want other actions. You probably just want landing party, spices, grain, right? Skipping bridge is a bit of a problem, but what you gonna do? Like, I think either you're playing Festival Smithy Bridge, or you're playing spices and landing party here. Like, first make Festival Smithy Bridge, yeah. But okay, I'm skipping the cartographer play here to just keep my landing parties on top. Just buy a bridge, and you're gonna be set for next turn. Snowdrop has a treasury. I don't know how I feel about that one. I don't think I love it. It's kind of a nothing card. Where are we getting? Oh, spices or coffers. That's where we're getting those from. Plays both landing parties. Buys a gold again. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see if they decide to skip the cartographer play here. With the purpose of, nope, okay. I guess your bridge is on top, but like, now you gotta play your bridge, I think, and your cartographer, and just kind of bite the bullet a bit. Oh, oops. Okay. Landing party smithy use good synergy. Not really. It's a village in a draw card, yes. But the problem is that smithy becomes a dead card in your deck the turn you want to put landing parties back on top of your deck. So it's not great. Landing party loves decks with treasures, and that is what spices is here for. The problem is that you've got really strong actions here in Festival, Bridge, Smithy, First Mate. Even the cartographer I can run on. I think this turn for JM Claws, you at least want to landing party gold. Spices is so much better. Spices is so much better than gold on this board. It's so much better. Because it gives you the buy, and it gives you the coffers, and it's just, yeah, it's so much better. You can play it on your landing party turns and get the plus buy still. Like, it's on your landing party, like, setup turns, that is. Gold spices. One day I want to play a landing party capitalism game. That'd be fun. Where you have a card that you want to top deck, or a card that gives plus coin. You play that first as your action, and that's your landing party activation. I have played Crown Landing Party before, I think, which is quite nice. Okay. Sure. You gotta take the landing parties on top at some point. I guess that point is not now. Play your lighthouse, sycophant some coppers. Oh, okay, you're gonna pig your lighthouse. That also works, I guess. Alright, sure. Got some money out of that. Take a bridge. Oh, no, okay, you're just gonna do that. Don't trigger the shovel. Don't do it. Oh. Okay, well, I guess, no, I don't know what you have down there. It's not very, oh, okay. You do have, alright, this has been a very lucky draw. Because now you got the cartographer, now you can discard 4 cards, and your shuffle isn't that bad anymore. That was a very risky shuffle trigger. You could have just drawn nothing there, and then you would have had a really rough hand, and it's just, there was disaster imminent there for sure. 10 money with a bridge in play. Good, good. Bridge. Take another bridge. Do it. Take 3 bridges. No, not province. No. Landing party. Okay. They need to get the landing parties back on top of their deck at some point. This is the turn to do it. This is the turn to do it. Like, 1000%. Yes. Play your treasures. Buy a bridge. Top deck of landing parties. Enjoy your life. Good, good. If you buy a province here, okay, fine, fine. I don't like it because you've only got 1 bridge, but whatever. At least you got top deck of landing parties. We are tied in VP currently. 6 coffers for Snowdrop. But they do have a severe lack in landing party. Okay, gotta play your cartographer first. Good, good. Discard your coppers. Get those out of there. They're only going to be a pain for you. I mean, you're going to draw them back anyways because you have enough draw for that. Like, play your smithy. See those cards. If you can keep a landing party or 2 in deck, do it. I mean, it's not going to hurt. Okay, yep. I guess Lighthouse doesn't hurt because there is Pig on this board. I'm just thinking about that now. Like, it's okay. Sycophant is better than nothing because there's Pig on this board. Yeah, okay, fine. Lighthouse is also better than nothing because there's Pig on this board. Sure, so fine, okay. You saw something I didn't there. On a normal board, though, I'm not taking... Like, on a board without Pig, I'm not taking a Lighthouse. Okay. Alright, so didn't completely draw a deck here. But you are looking at double province, which might be good enough. I don't know. It's risky. Like double, I don't know how Snowdrop's deck is in terms of efficiency here. Like on this turn, okay. So not quite double province for Snowdrop. Probably double duchy. Yeah, double duchy. You've got 6 money here. Play your money, buy a duchy, and you can double province next turn, so you don't need another bridge or anything. Don't play your Sycophant. Don't get greedy. You're not going to draw with all your landing parties out like that. It's a very greedy thing to pick the Sycophant here. Okay. Playing it and buying province. I also know. Oh. Okay, I guess you're worried about them double provincing, but like now you're not hitting anything. You don't even have a Sycophant. Now they got their landing parties top decked. They bought a duchy. It's scary stuff. Play your coppers. Buy an estate. And if you get the next turn, you win. But if you don't, you lose. Playing your bridge here, it will allow you to buy 2 estates, but your next turn is going to be screwed. You're up by 9 VP right now, so buying an estate versus buying 2 estates is basically the same, because it's a what's the word? Multiple of 3. So it does. Yes, landing party. Sorry. Good turn, bad turn pairs. Absolutely. Okay, you played everything and you hit duchy. Good job. So now there's 12 VP in between. So province double duchy here wins for Snowdrop. They have some spices, so they definitely can't do the buys. They don't have a bridge though, so it's a lot of money that's being asked for here, which they don't have. So I guess it's true, they only had 2 landing parties as well. Another game where a lot of the green cards deplete. Their decks cannot keep up with the provinces. 7 landing parties, and you can't play any of them because they're all stuck out. Good turns and great turns. Yeah, the landing party turns are great, but you need to just sacrifice some turns. Wait, what? Oh, that was a mistake. That was just a misclick of end buys, and you thought, oh, you wanted the top decker landing parties. That sucks. He didn't play the copper. Landing party is you need to play a treasure. That's unfortunate. That's That's just a brain fart moment. This game is not over though. Oh, it is over. My fault. That's a tie. Okay, that's unfortunate. I mean, even if they had done that, it still would have been the same outcome. Um, so, okay, that's fine. That's yeah. I think there were definitely a turn there where they could have tried that. Yes, I mean that they would have tied either way, but I think it was a good tie to take by Snowdrop there. Um, they were losing that probably. Yes, yeah. You need to play a treasure with landing parties in order for them to top deck. That's their signal. It's not if you don't play an action, it's if you play a treasure first. But it's understandable to get that messed up. Alright. So if I'm doing my math correctly, it is 2.5 to 1.5 for JMC. Going into game 5. Stupid auto-scrolling chat isn't working still. One day it'll work. Okay, ooh, Triumph. Inventor Triumph. Mmm, tasty. Treasure Trove Triumph, too. Ooh, yeah. It's good stuff. So you got Plaza, Witch's Hut, Spice Merchant. All good draw here. Plus buy here is only Spice Merchant. So you're not really looking at a lot of, like, peddler gains and stuff. 5-2 is incredible here because you can summon Sacrifice. Or Spice Merchant, whatever. Treasure Trove, nothing for Snowdrop. Alright. Sacrifice Silver for JMC. I like it. I like it. Sacrifice for Snowdrop. 6 money for a Raider. Oh my. This is the classic. Wow. I haven't seen anyone buy a Raider in a while. It's just generally not very good. Especially on a board when you got Witch's Hut and Treasure Trove and Summon. Even Library is probably better because you can do Plaza Library things. That's something you can think about. Plaza discards, Library draws you up. But they're just going straight to Treasure Trove. If you can play that deck. I don't hate it. The Treasure Trove into Provinces kind of deck. Silver on 3. I guess if you have 3, go for it. Don't love it, but yeah, too many silvers have been bought. Treasures of Copper. Is this going to be a Witch's Hut? It's going to be a Treasure Trove. It's going to be another Sacrifice. It's going to be a Summon. Like Summon Sacrifice. Treasure Trove. Okay. Raider. And now you're going to get them to discard a Copper. See, that's the problem with Raider, is that it will discard Coppers from them, which isn't great. It's basically like a cut purse. And instead of giving you +2 now, it gives you an action. Well, not an action, but it's non-terminal now, and it gives you +3 coins later. Like, it's not a good card. Cut purse is not that good, and it's a 4 cost. So Raider at 6 is just generally not very good. I wish it was good. Its art is awesome. Look at that! Look at that night sky, and this guy's on a horse. Like, oh yeah, he's doing great stuff. But no, it's an awful card. I think it's probably this Raider's got to be the like the worst card with the best art. You know, that ratio. It's definitely got to be Raider. Okay, Province turn 7 from JMC. Really early provinces. On this Triumph word too, when you've got actions here. Like Inventor here, really good card because you're gaining plazas with it. And then you can gain 5 costs and you can Witch's Hut. Snowdrop took the Witch's Hut, yeah. And someone has a Spice Merchant, that's good. Spice Merchant's a good card on this board, especially with Treasure Trove. You can just kind of feed it and then put golds in your deck instead. I guess without plus buy, maybe Triumph isn't as good as Province. Well, no, it's pretty good. If you like, Triumph is worth, like you just have to gain 5 cards. So you play a Treasure Trove and 3 Inventors in a turn, and that's already a Province worth. And then you can trash the estate with Sacrifice later for more VP. So yeah, certainly worth it for sure. Gonna see another province here from JMC. Yeah, looking like it. Okay, yeah, so Snowdrop has a Spice Merchant. I liked the early treasure trove from them. I thought it was decent. Probably not as good as the Witch's Hut, but still not a bad card to have in your deck turn 1 kind of thing. Ooh, gets the curse off. Nice. It's actually good on this board because the Sacrifice is the only trashing. Sacrifice, Space Merchant, and neither of them trash curses very well. Sacrifice can trash a curse, but it won't give you anything for it. And JMC misses province here. If you want to alternate raiders, you can alternate raiders. I just don't think it's very good. Maybe it's fine. Okay, Plaza discards, covers, golds, gains the silver. Alright. Yeah. Another province here for JMC. It's looking pretty good. Province for Snowdrop here, probably. Alright. Buys a peddler at 8. I just noticed that. That's not the right thing to do. Peddler is not that good of a card at that price point. I think below, like at 4, it's great. At 4 and below, it's worth your time because 4 is the equivalent of Poacher, and Poacher is worse than Peddler objectively, in terms of like effect, right? Peddler makes you discard. I'm sorry, Poacher makes you discard. Peddler doesn't, and Poacher's a 4 cost. I know, right? Imagine if Peddler always costed 8. Like, it would never be a lot. Like, ever. It was the only time that you'd ever gain it if it was like Swindled or Charm or something. I don't know. Like, what are the times you're getting Peddler if it costs 8? Less than you're getting Prince, and Prince barely gets gained nowadays. But then again, we have a Raider on this board. We have 2 Raiders bought on this board. My fault. That's sure interesting. Yeah. Got Justicious in the chat. How many? When was the last time you bought a Raider? Out of curiosity, because I can't remember the last time I bought a Raider. It must have been like when I first started playing. Like, there's definitely a situation for it. Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah. Like, at least, I guess at the end of the day, it's non-terminal payload, but okay. Yeah. If you keep cursing, you might be getting good for you, Snowdrop. You just got a duchy with 3 provinces left. Nah. I guess you're worried about that, but yeah, I mean, on the surface, it might be fine. Oh, okay, it's a discard attack. It gives you 3 money, and it's non-terminal. Cool, but it's just so awful. I think it's the worst card in Nocturne. Probably is. Yeah, I think so. Like, Bard's better than it. What else is bad in Nocturne? Conclave isn't great, but it's still better than Raider. Crypt, maybe? Nah, Crypt's better. I buy Crypt, sometimes. None of them have used Summon all game. More Duchy Dancing, again. Another Raider, my goodness. Are we going to see another province for JMC coming up? Who knows? Raiders can't even get discarded by Witch's Hut for cursing. Okay, you gotta take the province here as Snow. Yeah, Snowdrop definitely had to take that. They're running out of time. But here's another province for JMC, and it's looking pretty bad because they got a Raider in play, which means they've got at least 3 coins next turn. I think if Raider wasn't a duration, and it just like, I don't know, I don't know how it would work if it wasn't a duration because the coins are next turn and all that. It would actually be like fine. Like a night card discard attack in theory is fine, right? Bard is pretty bad, yeah, but like it's not bad as Raider. Like I open Bard occasionally. There's definitely times where like, okay, it's a terminal silver, you know. I can use it here. Sacrifice the estate here by Adachi. Yeah. Play the Raider, or you could have summoned. I wonder if you could you have summoned something to guarantee province there, or almost guarantee it? No, I don't think so. Nothing is going to guarantee province from that. I guess you could summon Plaza, that might help, but nah. Another Duchy. Another Duchy. Play a Raider. Same stuff. Yeah, almost every game so far has evolved into Duchy dancing with like one or two provinces left. Nobody's decks are keeping up with their greening. They don't like gainers that much. Nobody took Inventor on this board. We had 2 boards in a row with no vampires taken, and a lot of good 5s. There was an Ironworks board earlier that was really good. I think it was one of the vampire boards as well. Only one person took 1 Ironworks. The gaining cards is a good thing. Hot take. Okay, game's in hand for JCN here. Last Duchy, but that's not going to do enough. Province, that's game. Alright. Well, they're not as good, you're right, but they're still good. Like, just shoving villages in your deck in this case, the Inventor is not a bad thing to do. Like, just shoving plazas in is not... Like, plazas are not a bad card for your deck on the surface. Like, it's just never going to hurt you. Alright. It is 3.5 to 1.5 for JMC. Wait for the next game to... Yeah, I was saying earlier, if you didn't catch, I don't think you were here for this, that like, essentially both these players give the air of self-taught. Like they both have some game sense to them, and they both know like okay, they want to build to this, and there's things that they definitely learn their own playing of it, but they don't think they have any theory knowledge. I don't think they've watched a lot of like high profile players play. Because they just don't have a sense of what cards are good and bad inherently. Like things like they have to just learn for themselves rather than just like looking it up, basically. Which is looking it up is the short way to do it, right? Like it's the fast way, the easy way. Actually experiencing these games and okay, what card worked here and what card didn't and why is the grueling self-taught way, which you're going to learn a lot better from for sure than just reading. Oh, this card is good, this card is bad, and not really thinking as to why. But you definitely see that with like players getting Raider and stuff, and not touching cards like Vampire and Inventor, which are excellent. Okay, we got 2 3-cost events here. Carpenter, no thoughts. Like, Carpenter Sheepdog is a thing here. I think I want to plan Sheepdogs here, actually. That'd be nice. Do I plan in Star Chart on the open? Probably not. I think I just open Star Chart and Priest, in all honesty. And then I get into planning and I do Seer stuff. That feels right. Seer, Sheepdog, Carpenter, fun stuff. Slay on 3. See, like what? Like they both take Slay. Like Slay is a good card. Don't get me wrong. Is it that good? Where it's better than this Sheepdog thing, or it's better than Star Chart, or it's better than planning something? No, absolutely not. Okay, yeah, that I've seen happen a fair amount too, where you're just like, oh, this card is good, and you don't understand why it's good. Both are not things you want. You want to have a general idea of, oh, this is a good card because it's this power kind of thing. Like here, Sheepdog's a really freaking good card because you're playing Carpenters and gaining things, or a Forge or a Slay, and anyways, you can always activate them, and they're basically labs at some point. I definitely want to plan things in this board because Trashing is really good, and Priest is a good card, but it's not that good. And also, you can do the thing with Priest where if you have plus buy, you can buy a thing with plan on it, trash a card, and then get the money back and get 2 more money. Charm is your plus buy here, so you're going to want one of those, or 2 of those, or whatever. They now both have a treasure trove. They love treasure trove. It's official. Please take Sheepdog. Please, no. No, too many silvers. Sheepdog's such a good card on this board. Okay, take Seer. I guess you're playing treasure trove, so Seer isn't very good with treasure trove decks. But you've got a lot of 2 to 4 costs anyways. You've got Slay, you've got Carpenter, you've got Priest, you've got Silvers, Estates. In. Okay, sure. You know what? Yeah, why not? Get the Priest and the Slay back in your deck. I don't hate it. Carpenters for a Carpenter. Alright, that's the first gainer of a gainer I think I've seen the entire match. My opinion on Trove. I like Trove once you have deck control. I think there's definitely... I think Trove's a very nice payload for ramping. And if you're playing a deck where you can consistently draw a lot of things, it's great. I think it's great with remodel variants. Gaining golds is always a good time for that. And if you can handle the coppers, or even use them, like with Moneylender or with whatever, I think there's definitely... Trove has its time and place. On this board, I think it's pretty awful. But, I mean, maybe once you got deck control with Seer stuff, then you could, like, Forge stuff. Yeah, it feels like a bit of a stretch, though, in honesty. Charm is the next card you gain the next time you gain a card. So you want to make sure you treasure trove before you charm on this board, because Charm's errata is with just gain a card at all. It's not buy a card. The Young Witch is interesting. I guess maybe that's what the display. They're like, oh, I'm scared of Young Witch. I want a Bane. Seems like an interesting reason to take one, but sure. Also, neither of them taken Star Chart yet. They're both playing Slogs, and Star Chart is so good for Slogs. It's good for everything. I love Star Chart. It's probably my favorite project. It's a great time. Carpenters for Carpenter. Hey, okay. They both Carpenter for Carpenter this time. Silver, stop. Just buy some Sheepdogs. That's all I'm asking. Okay, at least you have Forge here in hand. Forge is a great card on this board because you want to slim down. And you've got horses you can turn into other stuff too. 5 money, there's the Trove. Okay, Forge, again, good with coppers to get rid of them. Nope. Okay, we're going to take In here instead. Forge has been out long enough, I assume some more players who have been around for a long time but haven't, like, watched higher players have some idea of the power of it, because Forge is an old card. Yeah, okay. There's the Forge for JMC, which I like. Carpenter's a second Priest. Okay, I respect it. You are a bit worried about villages here. Like Seer's your draw here. Seer and Sheepdog. And I guess Slay. But, like, non-terminal draws Seer and Sheepdog. A third Priest. Oh my god, it's a lot of priests. Holy crap. Yeah, I don't know about that one. It's a lot of priests. In is draw negative, so you're not, like, drawing very much to play. You need a lot of draw to support that. None of them have taken Seers yet. Nope, in again. I mean, okay, like, an In here is great. Yeah, Forge is one of those cards where you kind of need things to line up properly. It is a bit luck-based, I think, sometimes. Forge plus draw, great. Like, non-terminal draw and Forge, best friends. They work really well together. Because you just draw all your stuff, and then you trash all your stuff, and then all of a sudden, your deck basically just got donated for free, and life is good. But, yeah. Oh, interesting, okay. 5 cards exactly with the purpose of setting up your hand for the next one. I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. You can carpenter something and get into your shuffle. I like it. I like it. Because if you had 6 cards, you might have bought like a carpenter and then not been able to play it before you got it in your shuffle. I like it. Yeah, I just like Forge for just like clearing out your coppers. It's like Count, but better in every way. Not every way. Count's better at getting duchies than Forges, but Count isn't good for much more. And like that weird 5 spike open where you're like, oh, okay, I'll take a Count here. And then trash an estate and 3 coppers and gain a copper and be sad about it. Let's Count. Forge is a bit better than that. Okay, Young Witch now for Snowdrop. Another card you're taking pretty late here. Like if you want a cursor, you really want it to be pretty early, generally. Okay, so Carpenter for something good. Preferably a Sheepdog, but it's probably not going to happen. So I guess take a Sleigh, or... Nope, okay, never mind. The whole idea about you setting up that particularly was totally out the window. I thought you had that. Okay. Yeah, Young Witch is also a draw negative. Or, yeah, no, a draw negative. So, not great. Oh, you're going to play your Carpenter first now. Interesting. I don't know why you'd play that before you play your Inn and your Young Witch. But you are. You're nowhere close to triggering a shuffle here, so... Okay. Alright, there's a province if you want it. If you want the early province again, you can take it here. And your Forge is down there. Okay, yeah, see, like, this isn't a very good Forge hand. I guess you could just turn it all into a province, but you probably want to keep your Trove around. So, yeah. If they had drawn it last turn, might have been good. Maybe not. They didn't. Again, they don't have draw, and the only 2 draw cards on this board have not been bought by anybody yet, unless you count Sleigh. I guess Sleigh is technically draw, but it's really slow draw compared to Seer and Sheepdog. Forge can mill provinces. That's the other thing. It's got that T-Mog feel to it, where you can mill provinces with it. Do I believe these players to mill provinces with it? Not really, but it could happen. It's the other strength of it. Any remodel variant like that, right, is going to be good at milling provinces. Okay, so they trash the coppers and the silver here. They're just going to gain their silver, aren't they? Yep. Yep, saw that coming. At least you're putting things in the trash. I respect it. And H Division's wild. What a place. Okay, it takes the second Young Witch for Snowdrop here. Oh yeah, Josh, you also messed this earlier. Snowdrop was playing horses from a drawn deck for no reason. They were just like playing horses from their hand with no draw cards to draw, and just putting it back in the pile. Oh, Sleigh blocked. Yeah, exactly. It is entertaining for sure. There's some semblance of like deck composition going on at all times, but it's not. It's never like. Yeah, they wanted to share the will. Yeah. The horses. Yeah, they can't. You know, they only have 3 horses. If there's only 27 left, what are they going to do? It is really interesting. Yeah, it's just you get surrounded by the top tier players for so long that you kind of forget just the basic like thoughts about how this game works and like your own evaluations and kind of stuff. It's interesting for sure. It's always a okay, discard Sleigh to hand. for the style points. Let's do it. Oh darn. It's always interesting to see what people do and what people think and all that stuff, because there's just so many ways to play this game, and so many things and so many different experiences with it. Different tiles like it's ridiculous to me that people aren't taking Seer here. Like, I love Seer; it's a great card, but they're playing their decks totally fine without it. It can be, but when you're playing a deck with horses and ideally sheepdogs, yeah, they're good fives. Sure. I mean, there aren't good fives on this board. There's charm and there's in, both of which you want because they're your crucial resources and plus action and plus buy. But that's it. Like, yeah, if there's better draw on the board, especially if you're not playing the silver deck or whatever. But with Slay and Sheepdog and Priest and some Estates left in your deck and Young Witch and all these cards that Seer can draw, yeah, absolutely. Depends on the board. Seer and Lab, obviously. Seer's better than Hunter, to that much. I tend towards Seer most of the time. On this board, I'd take Seer before I take Lab. Because usually there is a lot of good 3s and 4s you want to pick up. That's not uncommon. So, yeah, I think I'm pro Seer on the average. Depends on the deck, of course, but that's the cop-out answer. So yeah, I'm gonna go Seer. Oh, see again, there's just you need draw here because you're gonna go draw negative, and you played your horses, and you're still not looking at enough cards. Like, you gotta play, I guess, your Young Witch first. Actually, oh, what's... Oh, no, that's not an interesting thing. Is that you can... I was thinking about reacting sheepdogs to Young Witch gaining curses, and then reacting Slay from the sheepdogs you drew them, but that's not how that works. I suppose you can do it on the first one. You can play your sheepdogs on the first one, and then react Slay on the second one if you draw into it, but that's a bit convoluted. Okay, this is a rough draw. I'm going to play the Young Witch first, because the Young Witch is more important to play than the Inn. You can discard the Inn and not feel bad about it. I just generally don't like cards that make you discard. Like, go draw negative. Cards like Young Witch and Inn, Warehouse, all of them. Forum's fine, because it's draw neutral. Innkeeper, same idea. It's just, I don't know. It makes you, I don't know. I don't love it. Unless you already have draw. Like, if you have draw going with it, then it's whatever. But there are definitely decks where I'm like, yeah, exactly. There's some times where for it, but there is trashing on this board. That's the other problem. And there's things you want to play, and there's draw also, but they haven't taken draw. If they had draw and they also had like a few Inns and Young Witches, I don't hate that. It's just when you're playing from a 5-card hand like this, everything else gets a whole lot worse, because especially with trashers, because you have to keep the trasher and the card you're trashing in your hand. Snowdrop takes a duchy. I don't like that one. I don't like it at all. I think that's pretty awful. Discard the silvers here, Mila Province. Oh, no, okay. What are you trashing them into? Again, still, no player has taken Plan or Star Chart. Both of which are quite nice on this board. I mean, Plan less so, if you're not doing sheepdog stuff. There's not much you're spamming here, but still. Maybe they're just playing anti-landscapes. I was going to say, what's the latest card. I guess there's menagerie cards in here. Ah, yes. Well, one of the players before the match admitted they've been around for years, so they're not that new. I know they've each played a few seasons of League, supposedly, so projects and events at least should be understood. I mean, they've bought something at some point, right? Or, well, the last game there was Summon and Triumph, and neither were bought in that game. So maybe they haven't bought? But then we did have one game where one of them, Snowdrop, took advantage of Labyrinth points early on. But maybe that's the case. Maybe they don't understand events and projects. I don't know. Maybe they just don't think they're good. So yes, if you're watching this in the future, people who are playing this, yes, these are both good. And the ones last game were too. I don't even know if there's like a project I consider bad. A lot of them are really quite good. Like there's definitely boards where you don't want like Guildhall or Road Network or those kind of things. But overall, I think most projects are pretty decent most of the time. Curse Copper Silver to Silver. Okay. Gold for a Sleigh. Yeah. Another province here for JMC. Assuming they're going to take it here because that's what they do. Yep. I don't think we've seen a Way yet. Oh no, we've seen Way of the Pig twice, and both of them have used Way of the Pig no problem. And we've seen allies too. We've seen favors in Cave Dwellers. So it's just projects and events, I guess. I don't know. And traits. Have there been traits? There has been Fawning Moneylender, but that's not really a choice, so I don't know. Exploration. Yeah, I'm the same. I'm the same way. I hate opening exploration. I don't think it's ever good unless you're really strapped for villagers, like for actions. But even then, it's like, no, I'm not a fan of opening exploration. Same with pageant. I don't like opening coffer givers if they sacrifice putting a good card in your deck. Generally. Yeah, exploration also is just like it's baths, right? Like, you ever play games with baths, and most of the time, baths end up with all of its VP, or maybe someone takes 2 VP at some point because they have a bad hand, where they just don't gain any cards. Like, you don't want to, you don't want to purposely not gain cards just for a villager and a coffer. When that's the equivalent of buying a silk merchant, but like a silk merchant puts a silk merchant in your deck, and that's a lot better. Gainer sometimes good. Yeah, I guess there's times where you're like, what's the other card where it checks if you bought a gained a card? Oh, a Hermit Madman. Like that's the other case for that, right? Where you're not gaining cards in your buy phase. Um, eh, like that might like gaining a Madman off Hermit is so much better than Exploration, like so much better. And Hermit also does things like Hermit trashes and gains for you at the same time. Right, Hermit is the gainer, so that's why it's so good. All right, province, 30 to 13 for JMC, and it looks like they're gonna hit another. Oh no, not quite a province here. But still trash an estate by a duchy or something. Maybe trash a copper by a duchy if you're that right with VP, but I wouldn't be. Ooh, good. This looks pretty over. Because they are trashing the estate. Sure. You're gonna buy a duchy here, you're gonna buy a forge, because forge can mill provinces, and that's good. I'm not sure if the concept of milling has come across them yet. Okay, duchy. It's another duchy. Here we go, back to the duchy dancing. Priest. What? Is that the 4th priest for Snowdrop? That's too many priests. I know you got treasure trove, but like, it's too many priests. You're not playing all of them on one turn here. You're not playing all of them on 2 turns here. Okay, another play a slay by a duchy for JNC here, which honestly is good enough. Rapidly approaching half VP here. I would buy gold here. Yeah, I can see that with the shovel triggering coming in. I think I probably agree actually, but I think they're going to buy duchy because that's what they do. And but yeah, I think I would have bought not duchy last turn too. Probably in, well, you could buy in this turn. It might be good. Shuffle in some actions and then like guarantee you got a good turn next turn. I can see that being good. Get some horses coming in too. Yeah, I like in here. I don't know what those last 4 cards are, but yep, duchy. Still a decent draw. Actually, they have province here with the forge. They can forge in horse into province, and that essentially ends the game. Trash is a carpenter. Oh, okay. There we go. Game over. If they see it. Oh, they do. I assume. Yes, they do. Good job. Alright. 4.5 to 1.5. Final score for JMC. Thank you for letting us watch those two. That was interesting commentary to do. I'm enlightened. Yes, that's the score. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, and maybe I'll do more of this in the future. It's kind of fun stuff.